Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you a horror drama film. The tag-along Part 3 Devilfish. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie begins in 2007 when Mr. Abuse fishes in Lantern Lake. Shortly, Mr. Abuse eats his freshly caught fish with his friends. Suddenly, a demon asks if the fish tastes nice, and then its face emerges from the cooked fish. It controls Mr. Abuse's friends to vomit uncontrollably and hit their heads on a rock. Then the demon from the fish transfers into Mr. Abuse's body to spread darkness. And while inside Mr. Abuse's body, the demon calls Kai, the name of a psychic son. Meanwhile, a young Kai wakes up and immediately tells his psychic father, Chang, about the big monster looking for Master Tiger. Chang comforts Kai and assures that he's going to protect him from the monster. Meanwhile, the news broadcast about Mr. Abuse strangling his own 6 kids to death while their heads were covered with plastic bags. The following day in the temple, Chang performs an exorcism to a teen. 2 students, Fatty and Hao, secretly record the whole rite behind a door. The rite is finished, and Chang's assistant catches Fatty and Hao intruding a private session. But Hao reminds him they called and made an appointment yesterday to film about spirits and Master Tiger. So the assistant tours and briefs the 2 students with Master Tiger's origin in front of a mural. The mural depicts a general and Master Tiger defeating the demon's boss, Archdemon. In 1669, a general brought Master Tiger home from China to Taiwan to fight against the plaguing demons in Lantern. Master Tiger, however, only sealed the evil Archdemon, but never killed it. Hao eavesdrops on Chang's business with his psychic friend via his listening gadget. According to the friend, Mr. Abuse insists on seeing Master Tiger, but Chang declines to comply because it's been a long time since Master Tiger possessed him. However, the friend convinces him to try because he's his only hope. So Chang examines Mr. Abuse, who's wrapped in an enchanted blanket inside a car, and concludes that he's possessed by a demon. Then Chang plans to kill the demon by frying it tomorrow night. The following day, Hao shares with his mother that he's participating in a film contest. The mother smiles and wishes him good luck. In fact, Hao's parents are fighting against each other to take custody over Hao. Meanwhile, Chang prays with Kai to his deceased wife for protection. Afterward, Chang tucks Kai in bed, but before Kai goes to sleep, he shows his drawing of his mother and explains that he dreamed about Mommy last night, who told him to remind his dad to uphold his promise. Chang gazes upon the sketch and comments that it's unfair, for he never sees his wife in his dream. Subsequently, Chang opens a box filled with sacred relics in preparation for Mr. Abuse's exorcism. But he firstly sighs at the sight of the scars on his arms with tiger stripes tattoos. Then inside a warehouse, Mr. Abuse is cuffed on a chair. 2 Master Tiger's followers are ringing a bell while circling around him. Chang then puts a dead fish and a compass capable of detecting spirits on the table. Chang chants a summoning spell for Master Tiger, removes the blanket around Mr. Abuse, then asks about the demon's identity. Meanwhile, Hao and Fatty sit outside the warehouse, recording and listening to the rite using Hao's listening gadget. Back in the warehouse, Chang clenches his fist above Mr. Abuse to hold the demon in place. He sees from Mr. Abuse's mind the aftermath of his murders and a door at the end of a hallway. Unexpectedly, a female that resembles Chang's wife replaces Mr. Abuse. Chang freezes before her, missing the chance to stop Mr. Abuse from escaping and attacking him. Chang struggles as Mr. Abuse strangles him. He chants the summoning spell again, but nothing happens. Chang's mind transcends into the same warehouse, but he's locked on the chair this time. Chang surveys the place, but Mr. Abuse's ghostly face scares him. Chang slowly loses his consciousness as Mr. Abuse tightens his grip on him. Luckily, the 2 followers and the friend arrive and immediately wrap Mr. Abuse in the enchanted blanket. However, the demon from Mr. Abuse escapes and flies above them. The demon lunges toward the friend, but Chang successfully traps the demon in the enchanted blanket and veils it on the fish. To finally end the rite, Chang fries the devil fish into oil. The rite is finished, and they dump the devil fish into the trash. Hao and Fatty outside the warehouse curiously capture footage of the devil fish. Suddenly, its red eyes dart to them and begin wiggling on the ground. It gives birth to a baby fish, and Hao keeps the baby fish inside a water bottle. The following day, Hao and Fatty sit in class, watching a documentary filmed by their classmate. The documentary explains getting possessed is common, for there are roaming spirits with unfinished businesses, searching and taking over human bodies. These spirits can easily enter, possess, and control a human being if their mind is weak. Meanwhile, Chang watches Kai enjoying a red bean soup he cooked. He remembers when his wife was pregnant with Kai, who thought his soup was too sweet for her. While Kai eats, Chang grabs the crumpled paper on the table. But Kai stops him and warns that he drew it out of his scary nightmare last night. But Chang encourages him not to be afraid and proceeds to open the paper, showing a monstrous black face with angry red eyes. Meanwhile, Hao wakes up from the sound of his mother entering their house. Hao shares that he cleaned the house with Fatty earlier, and she smiles at his thoughtful action. Along Hao's cleanup, he found a Mother's Day gift she never wore, a G-clef necklace, and kept all items related to his dad in a bag. She immediately takes away the bag after seeing her photos with her ex-husband and says she doesn't want to keep them. As she moves away the bag, she notices a new fish in the aquarium, and Hao shares that Fatty gave it to him and that it's the subject of their film. It's midnight, and Cheng wakes up after dreaming about Kai getting chased by a demon. Then a loud knocking erupts on his front door. Cheng opens it and sees his friend with a worried face. The friend asks what happened after they fried the fish, because unfortunately, Mr. Abuse's 2 guards got possessed and allowed Mr. Abuse to escape. The friend worries that the demon on the loose will wreak havoc, so he and Cheng visit Mr. Abuse's house to investigate. Cheng examines Mr. Abuse's family portrait, and the friend ponders how their happy family resulted in such a tragedy. Afterward, they investigate the second floor. Cheng enters a bedroom alone while his friend guards outside. Suddenly, a hand stretches out onto the friend, but it disappears when he turns around. Inside the bedroom, Cheng follows the compass that's leading him to the bed. Under the bed, he discovers a crumpled talisman. Meanwhile, the friend sees 2 incense sticks planted in a bowl at the end of the hallway. Out of the blue, a plastic bag emerges and drifts towards him. He recognizes the plastic bag and freezes at the sight of the ghost before him. He backs away, pinning himself on the wall, when the ghost suddenly traps him in a plastic bag. He struggles against the ghost, but he manages to rip off the plastic, causing the ghost to disappear. Subsequently, the friend tremblingly smokes as he waits outside for Cheng. Momentarily, Cheng exits the house and concludes that Mr. Abuse followed a Feng Shui master's instruction to accumulate wealth. However, the practice also trapped a spirit among them. The friend angrily insults the family for calling a Feng Shui master instead of the police. But Cheng shows him the talisman for expelling evil spirits, implying the family needed a religious profession over the police because they know a demon was out to get Mr. Abuse. The following day, Cheng and his psychic friend visit the Feng Shui master's great-granddaughter, since the master herself currently spends her retirement in the mountains. The great-granddaughter assures them that the master isn't capable of harming anyone with spells. Then she gives Cheng the master's notes, since she doesn't know how the master arranged Mr. Abuse's house. The friend asks what happened during her last conversation with Mr. Abuse's wife. The great-granddaughter remembers Mr. Abuse's wife was crying over the telephone, saying that her husband was possessed. However, the great-granddaughter told her that the master had retired and could no longer provide services. Shortly, the last thing she heard was Mr. Abuse's wife gasping for air. Afterward, the great-granddaughter wishes to be left alone because she's having a baby. So Cheng and his friend leave when she suddenly asks Cheng if he finds something wrong with the master's notes. Cheng answers that the notes didn't include Mr. Abuse's 6th son, who had an unfortunate fate. Subsequently, Cheng and his friend revisit Mr. Abuse's house and notice a new offering at the end of the hallway. They think something's behind the wall for such an offering to exist, so they break open the wall and discover an abandoned basement. They see a child's drawing on the wall, fish scales on a worn bed, and a medical record on a shelf. The medical record shows Mr. Abuse's son suffered from a rare disease since birth, where his skin was fish-like. Meanwhile, Hao embraces his mother, who's feeling down lately. He suggests seeing her psychiatrist, but she admits that makes her feel like a crazy woman, incapable of raising a child. Still, Hao assures her that he's there for her. Afterward, Hao's mother cleans the aquarium and takes out a box, but when she returns, the whole living room is a mess, and the aquarium's water is dirty again. She rushes to the bathroom, thinking it's all a hallucination, and drinks her prescribed medicine. She calms herself and faces the mirror, but she staggers at the sight of her horrifying reflection. She looks at herself again to see her image returns, but a voice calls her name from the empty shower. She returns to the living room, looking tidy again. Then she sees Fatty's video camera sitting on the dining table. She cries upon watching a video showing Hao enjoying a day with his father's new family. It's night, and Cheng and his friend wait outside Mr. Abuse's house to see who's leaving the offering near the basement. Shortly after, an elderly woman enters Mr. Abuse's house with a basket of offerings. The two enter the house and meet the elderly woman, who introduces herself as the midwife when Mr. Abuse's son was born. The midwife reveals to them that Mr. Abuse and his wife mistreated the son just because of his rare disease. They locked up their son in the basement for 10 years because of fear from public judgment. However, the son's condition never improved because his parents never sought medical attention for him. Then one unfortunate evening, Mr. Abuse assumed that his son tried to escape and wanted to ruin his reputation, so he beat him up. Ever since that evening, the midwife never saw the son again. Meanwhile, Hao returns home and finds his mother blankly staring at the wall. She asks if Hao's happier with his dad's family. However, Hao keeps quiet and quickly grabs the video camera to hide in his room, but she pulls him and demands the truth. Hao unexpectedly shouts that he does enjoy being with them because his own mother acts weird around him. Hao leaves her mother alone and shuts his door in her face. Alone, the mother clutches the divorce letter inside her bedroom. The metronome on top of the piano suddenly moves alone, so she checks and sees someone sitting on the stool. But when she parts the thin drapes, the figure disappears. She quickly stops the metronome and breathes to calm herself. But when she turns around, a demon with scaly skin hisses at her. She falls backward, and the scaly demon possesses her, taking advantage of her grudges. Hal wakes up after the scaly demon pops into his dream. He leaves the bedroom and sees the aquarium empty and bloody. Then a silhouette runs past Hal, and so he checks it, where he sees a blood trail leading to the bathroom. Behind a shower curtain, he catches his mother eating a fish from the aquarium. Hal retreats to the living room as his possessed mother limps toward him. Hal hears their front door abruptly closing by itself, and his mother shortly reverts to her original self, but enters the bathroom again. The same night, Hal visits Chang to exorcise his mother. Hal reveals he brought the fish he found on the day they fried the demon fish. Eventually, Chang begins the rite, and his assistant covers the demon fish's baby fish with the enchanted blanket. Chang first asks the demon inside its purpose, and then clenches his fist above her head like last time. Chang sees through the demon that Mr. Abuse slammed his son's head on the wall and buried him alive near Lantern Lake. Shortly, the assistant kills the flapping fish under the blanket, which stops the mother from shaking during the exorcism. Chang finally learns that they're dealing with no ordinary demon, so he gives Hao a charm to protect them from demons. The following day, Chang and several Master Tiger followers pray at Master Tiger in Lantern to seek justice for the unfortunate fate of Mr. Abuse's son. They prepare a table with Master Tiger's statue and other sacred items. Still in Lantern, the police locate Mr. Abuse's body, who also died from strangulation with a plastic bag around his head. Chang is certain that the demons used the grudge of Mr. Abuse's son to turn him into a demon. Meanwhile, in Hao's school, his mother emits a strange aura the moment she stands on the stage to perform, and Hao watches his mother intently while waiting for his dad. The mother plays the piano, but with a different piece from the one she's usually practicing. As Hao's mother performs the eerie musical piece, demons in Lantern surround Chang and the followers. Then both the Master Tiger's followers and students in the auditorium shake uncontrollably as if they're being possessed. Chang tries to summon Master Tiger, but nothing happens again. The demons possess the followers, and the assistant has no choice but to save Chang from the growing possessed followers. The altar they make gets destroyed by the demons, and Chang watches in horror while he's being dragged away. The mother ends the performance, and parents in the auditorium leave with their children. A parent accidentally bumps into her, thus leading him back to her bedroom. He finds her G-clef necklace on the ground and grabs it, but the possessed mother attacks him. Hao wakes up from his dad's voice and looks at his hand to see the G-clef necklace in his palm. Momentarily, Chang returns home, sitting in the dining room. On the table, he sees Kai's more dark drawings about the demon he's dealing with. He realizes Kai is not around and searches for him. He finds him in the bathtub curled. His arms get red marks from the big monster that nearly got him. Chang hugs him tight, in fear of almost losing his son. The same night, Chang visits his father, Master Long, along with Kai. Kai embraces his grandpa upon arriving and says to him that Chang needs help. So Chang kneels in front of an altar dedicated to Master Tiger. Master Long recaps to Chang that the last time he knelt in front of Master Tiger was when his wife was battling cancer while carrying Kai. The condition given by the doctor was that only one can be saved, so Chang prayed to Master Tiger to save them both. However, even God couldn't change fate. His wife died, and Chang hurt himself in front of Master Tiger's altar for abandoning his prayer, but Master Long stopped him from ending his life. Back in the present, Master Long tells Chang that Master Tiger can't enter his body. His mind is still clinging to an obsession, and the statues are only reminders that God is with them, but God truly lives within them. The following day, Chang visits Kai before going on a trip to Lantern. However, Kai stops him and insists on bringing him, but Chang promises that he'll return. Afterward, Chang enters his car, but Hao on his bicycle catches up to him in time. Hao needs help to search for his mother, who disappeared after the concert. Therefore, Chang and Hao travel to Lantern. Then Chang locates and digs up Mr. Abuse's son's grave. They pray for his soul, but demons surround them quickly. They run far, but the demons still trap and attack them. Hao successfully dispels a demon attacking him with a charm. Unexpectedly, he spots his mother walking further into the forest. So he follows her and comes across Fatty's video camera. The video shows his mother standing behind an aquarium, who shortly leaves the camera's view. Once again, Hao teleports to his house, which looks abandoned. He witnesses his younger years flash before him. His mother sings a lullaby to a baby Hao, and she teaches a toddler how to write the G-clef. Hao approaches his mother, but she disappears the moment he touches her. Suddenly, the mother plays the piano in her bedroom, so Hao removes the charm to talk with her. Upon entering, a video camera reappears, showing a video of him enjoying a day with his dad's new family. The mother cries in the corner, and when Hao calls her, she crawls towards him, saying that he should just be with them since he's happier around them. However, Hao embraces his mother despite her horrifying face and assures her that he's with her no matter what happens. The demon tries to battle its place within the mother, but Hao's love for his mother is stronger and more passionate than the demons inside her mind. Meanwhile, Master Tiger finally enters Cheng's body after his successful liberation from his obsession. However, Master Long in the temple prays to Master Tiger for guidance and strength to Cheng, for he realizes that the demon whom Cheng has been battling since the beginning is archdemon itself. Suddenly, the wife appears and calls Cheng to join her, but Cheng knows the truth, so he clenches his fist above his wife and she screams. Just then, the scaly demon reveals its true self and calls Archdemon. Archdemon lurks behind Cheng and impales him on a branch. Cheng feels his body weaken because of the hole in his body, but he remembers his promise to protect and take care of Kai. So using his last strength, he breaks off the branch and summons Master Tiger one last time. Meanwhile, Kai's eyes glow just like Cheng whenever Master Tiger possesses him. Together, Cheng and Kai, despite being separated from each other, reunite their power through Master Tiger. Cheng presses his arm tattoos to show Master Tiger's illuminating image. The father and son growl toward the looming archdemon. Master Tiger's glowing spirit lunges at Archdemon, defeating it once again. The movie ends with Cheng saying goodbye to his son through his dreams. He asks him to look after his grandpa. Later, the friend arrives with the rescue team and Lantern, where he finds Cheng's compass on the floor, the other followers, Hao and his mother. Then Hao returns the Master Tiger statue and Lantern to Master Long. Not long after, Hao's mother enjoys playing music again, and Master Long watches over Kai, who's drawing their family picture with Master Tiger. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.